So we've been talking about how these parts in the beginner section are going to be like a foundation for this beautiful ethereal melody that's going on over the top. And I thought it'd be really nice if we could play along our part with that ethereal melody. So I found someone that I think would be pretty good at this.
Hi everyone! I am in a Rachel Cooper video!
But we're in Nicky's studio.
This is the official with Nicky studio. You might recognise the background.
Ta-da. So we've been talking about things that we can do to make our part this beautiful foundation. We've been talking about moving the bow continuously. We've been talking about playing over the fingerboard slightly for the piano and the pianissimo sections. And we've been talking about keeping it really warm and using a little bit of bow hair. So I was gonna ask Nicky, do you have any other advice for us playing this part?
I think you've probably covered it all, but what I noticed is that with that part, and quite often you're playing parts that are underneath the melody, and with all of these notes and harmonies, they're not always obvious. Mm-hmm. You know, when a chord kind of sounds a certain way and rings a certain way that you just know, oh, okay, that sounds like a nice major chord. Some of these ones are a little bit unexpected. So just to make sure that you're really careful with how you actually place the left hand, that we're not kind of too casual with the placement of the left hand, so that we can just get that really kind of pure tuning while at the same time keeping the bow really
amazing. Nicky, would you say about vibrato? Are we using lots of vibrato or not very much vibrato?
I would say because all of the harmonic changes are not so obvious, maybe not too much vibrato. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you have vibrato that comes from like inside the core of the note, and then sometimes you have vibrato which you kind of sit on top of the note. I would say this should be a little bit more from inside the core. And it's one of those really tricky things of separating out the left and right hand because they're doing total opposites.
Yes.
Left hand has quite a lot of kind of control, and I mean both hands have control obviously, but the left hand is a little bit more contained, and then the right hand has this kind of lovely flowing.
Exactly. So we're aiming to create a very homogeneous sound in the bottom part.
Homogeneous. Everybody know what that means?
Homogeneous. Together.
Homogeneous.
Yeah. And then making sure that this sparkles over the top.
Yes. So would you actually like me to play along with you?
I'd love you to play along with us. Because I hope that you've all got your violins out and you're going to play along with us. So I'm playing the violin 1 beginner part, but if you're playing any of the other beginner parts,
you can
please join
us. Any of you can join in.
Please join in. Also, just be very careful with counting, because sometimes it feels a little bit different with the melody going over the top.
It's designed to trick you. So if you're tricked, you're not alone. Okay, shall we go for it?
So ready, shall I count us in?
Please count us in.
Okay. It's like Ant and Dec.
No. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Cameo's over. Bye!